Okay, welcome to Chapter 4, Lesson 2, where we're going to learn how to offset and outline paths. This will be a pretty quick lesson. So our final project for our first one will look like this. So we need to open our start file. So we're going to go to File, Open. Make sure we go to our handouts, handout folder, business handouts. Then go to Shonifer, computer graphics, Illustrator, and Chapter 4. So now we are going to open 4-5, and what you'll have is just a basic outline of a square. And we're going to learn how to offset our paths. For this one, we're going to offset it to make it smaller, but you can also offset it to make it larger. So you're going to take your selection tool and click on your path so that your square is selected. And then you're going to go to Object and Path, and then you're going to select Offset Path. For this one, we're going to have an offset of -0.125. We're going to leave our joins the same and then our limits the same. What I want you to do is click OK, but remember, when we have a negative offset, it's going to make it smaller. A positive offset will make it larger. So now we have a new square, and you'll notice that that new square is selected. So we're going to go ahead and do this 4 more times. So we're going to go to Object, Path, and then Offset Path, and just hit OK with our same settings. And you'll notice now that it's smaller than the previous one. So every single time we create a new one, it's going to make it smaller than the previous one. So we're going to go to Path again, or Objects, Path again, Offset Path, hit OK, go to Objects, Path, Offset Path, click OK, and then one last time, Object, Path, Offset Path, and click OK. So now we have our multiple paths within each other. So go ahead and save this one as last name, comma first name squares, and you will turn this one in to Google Classroom. So pause the video here if you're turning it in. If not, let's go ahead and move on to our next item within this lesson. So now we're going to learn how to convert a stroke path into a closed path. So we need to open our new file. So we're going to go to File, Open. Should already be on your handout drive, and you're going to open 4-6. So go ahead and click Open. Then we're going to take our selection tool, and we're going to select the very simple path that we have. So Selection tool, select our path, and then we are going to change our stroke weight up here at the top to 36 and hit Enter. So now we have a much thicker stroke line, a much larger outline. So to change this stroke into an outline, we're going to go to Objects, Path, and then Outline Stroke. So it's going to make an outline around our current stroke. And now you'll see that we have a new closed path around our outline. So go ahead and save this one as well. And this is going to be called last name, comma first name, outline stroke. And I want you guys to turn both these, so the squares and your outline stroke, under the Google Classroom file called Paths. So go ahead and save those, turn those in, and move on to Lesson 3 of Chapter 4.